5. Abraham Lincoln. Abraham Lincoln was born in a small cabin on February 12, 1809. He grew up in a wild place where there were no schools. During the day, little Abe helped his father plant corn and cut down trees. At night, he studied and read every book he could borrow. Abe was very fond of books because they taught him a great many things. Little Abe first learned how to read and write from his mother. One day, Mrs. Lincoln said that a school was going to start in a nearby town. Little Abe asked his father if he could go to the school. Mr. Lincoln thought for a while. He thought going to a school was a waste of time. Besides, the school was far away. Mr. Lincoln doubted whether little Abe could walk such a long way every day or not. "Please let Abe go to school. He wants to learn everything he can," said Mrs. Lincoln. "Abe is young, but is big and strong. He doesn't mind walking to school." Mr. Lincoln looked at little Abe and wondered whether Abe was strong enough to walk to school. "Abe, you'll have to walk 9 miles to school and then 9 miles home again every day," said Mr. Lincoln. Abe replied that he didn't mind walking. Then his father said, "You're only 9 years old, Abe, but I guess your long legs are strong enough to carry you to school and back." The day school opened, Abe started off with a book in one hand and a bag of lunch in the other. He was so happy that he almost ran. Mrs. Lincoln knew that Abe would need to write with a pen in school. When she asked him if he needed a pen, he showed her a pen which he made of a wild turkey's feather. For ink, he used the juice of wild berries. At home, he didn't have any paper, so he wrote with a piece of charcoal on an old wooden shovel. The Lincolns had no candles and no lamps, so he used to lie in front of the fire and study far into the night by its light. In a few months, the school closed. Later, Abe went to school twice more, each time for only a few weeks. When he was a grown man, he said, "I went to a school a little at a time, and all my school life was less than a year." Abe, however, never forgot how to study. His friends knew how hard Abe studied. If any friends had books, Abe could always borrow them. He didn't mind walking miles to get a book. He read it again and again until he knew it by heart. Many years later, Abe grew up to be a great man. He was chosen president at a time when the United States was in great danger. He worked hard to make his country a united nation.